Let's come to the other part, the architecture part. Now, Vijayanagar Empire, I told you it was founded by different styles. Like you had the Hoysala style, you had the Pandya style, and the Chola styles. Okay, and it had what we call as the Vijayanagar architecture developed in its own distinct style. It was actually basically a mix and match of all these styles, the Chola, Pandya, Chalukya style. And because it was located in a very rocky area, there was heavy usage of granite. There was heavy usage of granite in this one. And most of the temples, if you can see here, like there's basically they had a Garbhagriha, the what you call it, the Sanctum Sanctorum, and then you had a porch like outside, and somewhat larger temples or medium-sized temple. Like apart from that, they had a chamber called the Sukhnashi or corridor, which is connecting the Garbhagriha with the outermost mandapa. Apart from that, you also had a Rangamantapa, which was basically a huge hall that was used for dances and meetings. And one feature of these temples was the Raya Gopuram, if you can see here. A very common feature of most of the temples built during the Vijayanagar time, they are called as the Raya Gopuram because they are usually built by the rulers of Vijayanagar. So they used to call them the Raya Gopurams. If you can notice the temple, the Gopurams, they are like pretty huge. Those Gopurams are pretty huge. I mean, they can be seen from miles around. And these, and they are richly decorated with different statues of gods, goddesses, and other men and women. And of course, like you had the Pradakshina for the devotees to go around. And the temple, the pillars had what is called as yalis. If you can take a look at the bottommost part, this part. If you can take a look at the bottommost left corner, yalis were basically like sort of, horses with their legs lifted. So this was another very common feature of the Vijayanagar school of architecture. Okay. The other one was the mantapas, which you can see in the top left corner. Basically built on square plinths with different freezers and entrances on all sides. Another common feature of most Vijayanagar temples was the Pushkarnis, which are basically tanks, stepper tanks which are having the water, with a pretty symmetrical formation. So I can see they had a very advanced architecture. And I mean, even if you now go to Hampi, though most of it is in ruins, you can see that the sort of brilliance they had in the architecture there. And the palaces which they had in Vijayanagar, the palaces, they had a very intricate system. I mean, you had doors, you had very doors, passages leading into each other, and sort of secret passages way. That was, and some of the larger palaces had pretty side extensions, and they also had water tanks with highly decorative sports, like basically elephants or yali sculptures. I mean, two famous sculptures from the Vijayanagar era. One is the huge Ganesha. What is the Kadalekul Ganesha? This is at Hampi. The other one is the huge Nandi at Lepakshi. One of the pretty large Nandi. When these two are very famous